Will you live long after 70? These 8 signs hold the answer. Have you ever wondered why some people, even in their 80s or 90s, seem to defy time, walking with confidence, speaking with clarity, and embracing life with an unshakable sense of purpose, while others begin to decline far too soon? What if the difference isn't just about genetics or luck, but something deeper, something hidden in plain sight? Science has long studied longevity, pointing to factors like diet, exercise, and medical care. But what if the real indicators of how long and how well you'll live are already embedded in your everyday actions? How you walk, how you sleep, how you react to stress, and even how you connect with others. These seemingly small habits and unconscious behaviors might be silently revealing whether you're on the path to a strong and fulfilling old age, or unknowingly accelerating your decline. Recent research shows that fewer than 5% of people maintain peak physical and cognitive function beyond 70. However, Zen Buddhism and modern science both suggest that longevity is not just about avoiding disease, it's about living with balance, awareness, and purpose. Your body and mind are constantly giving you signals, some subtle, some obvious, about your health, energy, and potential lifespan. The question is, are you paying attention? In today's video, we will reveal 8 powerful signs that indicate whether you are naturally inclined toward a long, vibrant life, and more importantly, how you can strengthen these indicators to extend both your years and your quality of life. These aren't just random habits, they are reflections of something far greater, your inner vitality, mental resilience, and spiritual harmony. Stay with us until the very end, because the final sign is one that very few people ever consider, yet it may be the single most important factor in determining not just how long you live, but how deeply you experience life itself. Your ability to stand on one leg. Balance is more than just a physical skill, it is a window into your inner world. It reveals your ability to adapt, stay composed, and navigate uncertainty. In Zen, balance is not merely about stability in the body, but also equilibrium in the soul. It is the art of remaining calm amidst chaos, of standing firm when life's storms try to shake you. A groundbreaking study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that individuals over 50 who could not balance on one leg for at least 10 seconds were nearly twice as likely to die within the next decade compared to those who could. This simple test reflects neurological function, muscular strength, and overall health, all of which are critical markers of longevity. Neurologists explain that our sense of balance depends on 3 main systems: the vestibular system, inner ear, proprioception, awareness of body position, and visual input. As we age, if we don't actively train these systems, they decline, leading to increased risks of falls, fractures, and cognitive deterioration. Even some of the world's longest-living populations, such as the Okinawans of Japan, incorporate daily balance training through activities like squatting, tai chi, and walking on uneven terrain, unconsciously strengthening their body's ability to stay upright and resilient. Zen Buddhism teaches that physical balance is a reflection of mental clarity. The Zen master Takuan Soho, a 17th-century samurai monk, wrote extensively about the immovable mind, Fudoshin, a state of unwavering presence, even in the face of fear or hardship. He advised warriors to cultivate balance not just in their stance, but in their thoughts. If the mind wavers, the body follows. But if the mind is steady, even in battle, the body remains composed. This wisdom applies not only to samurais but to modern life. When your thoughts are scattered, you stumble, both physically and emotionally. Miyamoto Musashi, one of Japan's most legendary swordsmen, was undefeated in over 60 duels. But his true power lay not in strength alone, but in his extraordinary balance, both physical and mental. It was said that Musashi could stand motionless on a thin wooden beam for hours, a skill that helped him anticipate his opponent's every move. He trained relentlessly, often practicing swordsmanship on a boat in rough waters, forcing himself to adjust to the unpredictable waves. His philosophy was simple: if you lose your balance, you lose your life. Even today, martial artists, Zen practitioners, and elite athletes recognize that true mastery begins with balance, not just in the body, but in the way one faces life's challenges. If standing on one leg for 10 seconds feels difficult, don't be discouraged. Balance is a skill that can be trained, just like wisdom and patience. Zen walking meditation can help. Walking slowly and deliberately while focusing on each step improves both proprioception and mindfulness. Practicing deep squat strengthens leg muscles and stability, a common habit in long-living cultures. Tai Chi and yoga enhance balance, flexibility, and inner calm. Even simple habits, like standing on one leg while brushing your teeth or walking barefoot on uneven surfaces, can train stabilizing muscles and improve overall coordination. Balance is not something you are born with, it is something you cultivate. Whether in life, in battle, or on a single leg, those who master balance do not just live longer, they live with greater grace, resilience, and wisdom. Your grip strength. Did you know that the strength of your grip can predict not only how long you will live but also the quality of that life? A firm handshake, a steady grasp, these are not just gestures, they are reflections of your inner resilience, your ability to hold on in times of struggle, and your connection to the world around you. In both science and Zen philosophy, grip strength is more than a mere measure of muscle, it is a symbol of vitality, willpower, and the way we engage with life itself. A groundbreaking study in The Lancet found that grip strength is a more accurate predictor of early mortality than even blood pressure. Researchers observed that individuals with weaker grips were significantly more likely to suffer from cardiovascular disease, stroke, and overall physical decline. But why does grip strength hold such profound significance? The answer lies in its connection to the nervous system. The hands contain an intricate web of nerves linked directly to the brain, making them an extension of our cognitive and physical well-being. As we age, our muscles naturally weaken, but when grip strength deteriorates rapidly, it often signals deeper issues, poor circulation, declining neurological function, or even early signs of neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and dementia. This is why maintaining hand strength is not just about physical fitness, it is about preserving the very essence of our vitality. In Zen Buddhism, the way we hold on to things, both physically and metaphorically, reveals our approach to life itself. A weak grip may symbolize not only a decline in strength but also a waning passion for existence. Are you still holding on to life with enthusiasm, or have you allowed the fire within you to fade? The legendary Zen master Ikkyu once told a student, to grasp the teacup too tightly is to shatter it. To hold it too loosely is to drop it. Life, like the teacup, must be held with awareness. This simple yet profound wisdom teaches us that the balance between holding on and letting go is crucial. If we grip too tightly, clinging to fear, regret, or control, we create suffering. But if we release our grasp too soon, giving in to apathy or hopelessness, we lose our sense of purpose. True mastery lies in knowing when to grip firmly and when to release with grace. History offers countless examples of how grip strength has been linked to survival and mastery. Samurai warriors trained tirelessly to strengthen their hands, believing that a weak grip meant certain death in battle. Miyamoto Musashi, the undefeated swordsman, practiced relentlessly with heavy wooden swords to build endurance in his fingers and forearms, ensuring that his blade would never slip from his grasp in combat. In a different realm, Leonardo da Vinci, one of history's greatest polymaths, was said to possess an unusually strong grip, an indicator of his boundless curiosity and relentless pursuit of knowledge. His detailed anatomical sketches of the human hand reveal a deep understanding of how grip strength is intertwined with the very fabric of life itself. A Zen parable tells the story of an old master and his student walking through the mountains. As they reached a narrow bridge suspended over a deep ravine, the master instructed his student to cross while holding onto a rope. Midway, the student's grip began to weaken, and panic set in. "Master, my hands are slipping," he cried. The old monk calmly responded, "Then tell me, are your hands weak, or is it your mind that is letting go?" The student, realizing that his fear was the true cause of his failing grip, took a deep breath, steadied himself, and held on. This story illustrates a vital truth: our physical strength is deeply connected to our mental resilience. When we believe we are weak, our body follows suit. But when we cultivate inner strength, our grip, both on life and on the challenges we face, remains firm. If your grip has weakened, do not be disheartened. Strength can always be rebuilt. Simple practices such as squeezing a stress ball, using hand grippers, or lifting light weights can restore power to your hands. Rock climbing, an ancient practice embraced by Buddhist monks for both physical and spiritual discipline, is one of the most effective ways to build grip strength while also cultivating mindfulness. Even something as simple as carrying grocery bags without using a cart can gradually reinforce hand endurance. Most importantly, train not just your fingers but your spirit. Approach each day with the mindset of one who grips life fully. With curiosity, passion, and unwavering resolve, in the end, your grip strength is not just a measure of your physical health, it is a reflection of your engagement with life. The question is not just whether you can hold on, but whether you have the will to. Your walking speed. Your pace of walking may reveal more than just your level of fitness. It is an unspoken language, a reflection of your inner energy and engagement with life. In Buddhism, walking is more than a physical act, it is a metaphor for your journey, whether you move forward with purpose and clarity or hesitate with fear and uncertainty. Every step you take, whether rushed or sluggish, mirrors the rhythm of your existence. Are you walking with vitality, or are you unconsciously slowing down, weighed down by hesitation, fatigue, or even resignation? A landmark study published in JAMA Network Open found that walking speed is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Researchers observed that individuals over 70 who walked briskly had significantly lower mortality rates than those who moved more slowly. But why does walking pace hold such predictive power? The answer lies in its deep connection to cardiovascular health, muscle endurance, and neurological function. A slow walking pace is often an early sign of declining heart health, reduced lung capacity, and even cognitive deterioration. Scientists now recognize that how we walk is an intricate dance between the body and brain. Our pace reflects not only our physical vitality but also the sharpness of our mind. Those who walk with energy and purpose tend to have healthier circulation, stronger muscles, and a more resilient nervous system, while those who slow down prematurely may be experiencing the first signs of deeper physical or mental decline. In Zen Buddhism, walking is not just movement, it is meditation. The practice of Kinhin, or Zen walking meditation, teaches that every step should be taken with full awareness. Monks walk slowly, deliberately, feeling the ground beneath their feet as a way to cultivate mindfulness and deepen their connection to the present moment. The way you walk in daily life is a reflection of your mind. Are you rushing forward, lost in thought, never truly present? Or are you dragging your feet, burdened by doubt and fatigue? A Zen teaching states, if you wish to know a man's mind, watch his steps. The way you move through space is the way you move through life. History offers remarkable examples of how walking speed has been a silent indicator of inner vitality. Mahatma Gandhi, despite his small frame, was known for his powerful and purposeful stride. He walked thousands of miles across India, leading his people toward freedom with every determined step. His legendary Salt March in 1930, a 240-mile journey, was not just a protest against colonial rule but a testament to the strength of willpower reflected in movement. Contrast this with the image of an aged ruler, weighed down by excess, shuffling through his palace halls, lost in thought but lacking the energy to act. The difference is not just in physical strength but in the spirit that animates the body. A Zen parable tells of a student who once asked his master, "How do I know if I am truly alive?" The master, without speaking, simply began to walk. The student followed, and as they moved in silence, he observed the master's effortless yet deliberate pace, each step grounded, each movement purposeful yet relaxed. Eventually, the master stopped and said, "When your steps flow without hesitation, when your feet touch the earth without doubt, then you are truly alive. The student, realizing that his own gait had been stiff and uncertain, understood the lesson: how you walk is how you live. If you find yourself slowing down, not just in movement but in life itself, there is still time to reclaim your vitality. Start by bringing awareness to your steps, walk with purpose, feel the energy in your legs, and embrace each stride as an affirmation of life. Incorporate daily walks into your routine, use stairs instead of elevators, and engage in simple mobility exercises to maintain strength. More importantly, cultivate the mindset of one who moves forward with clarity and resolve. Life is not meant to be a slow, hesitant shuffle toward the inevitable, it is a vibrant, unfolding journey. The question is, are you walking through life, or merely drifting? Your sleep patterns. Sleep is not merely a biological function, it is a sacred ritual, a nightly return to stillness where the body heals and the mind unburdens itself. In Buddhism, sleep is likened to a form of unconscious meditation, a space where the ego dissolves, and we are momentarily freed from the constant grasping of the waking world. Just as a turbulent mind disrupts meditation, a restless heart breeds restless sleep. If your nights are filled with tossing and turning, it is not simply a matter of poor habits, it is a reflection of deeper unrest within. Modern science has long confirmed the profound connection between sleep and longevity. Researchers have found that individuals who maintain high-quality, consistent sleep well into their later years tend to live longer and suffer fewer age-related diseases. Sleep is when the body repairs itself, the brain consolidates memories, and the immune system fortifies its defenses. Conversely, chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to heart disease, cognitive decline, and even a shortened lifespan. Neuroscientists now describe deep sleep as the fountain of youth, a vital, non-negotiable process where toxins are flushed from the brain, and the nervous system resets itself. In Zen philosophy, sleep is not simply about closing one's eyes, it is about surrendering. The Buddha once taught that attachment is the root of suffering, and nowhere is this more evident than in our struggle to fall asleep. The moment we lay down, the mind clings to the past, to anxieties about tomorrow, to the endless chatter of unfinished conversations and unresolved emotions. The Zen master Dogen once said, "When we leave behind the need to grasp, we enter true rest." If you find yourself unable to sleep, ask not what is wrong with your body, but what weight your spirit is carrying. There is an old Zen parable about a monk who could not sleep. He went to his master and asked, "Why does my mind race like a wild horse when I try to rest?" The master, without a word, took a candle and blew it out. "Your mind is like this flame," he said. "When the wind of your worries blows, the flame flickers. When the wind is still, the flame rests in perfect peace." The monk realized that his sleeplessness was not due to his body, but his inability to quiet the winds of his thoughts. That night, he sat in meditation until his mind settled like a still lake. Only then did he sleep deeply, like a child resting in the arms of the universe. Throughout history, some of the greatest minds understood the sacred nature of sleep. Leonardo da Vinci, who valued both discipline and rest, followed a strict sleep schedule, knowing that a fatigued mind is incapable of genius. The ancient samurai, too, practiced a form of mindful sleeping, training themselves to enter rest fully, without fear or regret, so that if they did not wake, they would depart this world in peace. Compare this to the modern world, where sleep is often sacrificed for ambition, where nights are restless, and mornings begin with exhaustion. The difference is not in external circumstances but in the ability to release, to trust in the natural cycles of the body and the universe. If you struggle with sleep, begin by examining your relationship with stillness. Do you embrace rest, or do you resist it? Avoid screens before bed, for their artificial light tricks the brain into believing it is still daytime. Establish a nightly ritual, drink tea, listen to soft music, or practice mindful breathing. The monks of old would chant before bed, allowing their minds to settle into a natural rhythm of peace. You, too, can reclaim this sacred time. Let go of the day's burdens, release the need to control tomorrow, and surrender to the vast, quiet embrace of the night. Sleep is not the absence of wakefulness, it is a return to balance, a reminder that even in stillness, life continues to flow. Your eating habits. Food is more than sustenance, it is a spiritual practice, a reflection of how we engage with life itself. In Buddhism, every grain of rice, every sip of tea is a gift, offered by the earth, nurtured by the rain, harvested by human hands. To eat is not merely to consume but to connect with the vast web of existence. What and how you eat after 70 does not just determine your physical health, it is a testament to your relationship with life's abundance. Science affirms that a robust appetite is a sign of vitality. As we age, our metabolism slows, our digestive system weakens, and nutrient absorption declines. A sudden loss of appetite can be an early warning of illness, while maintaining a strong, balanced diet is one of the most effective ways to extend both lifespan and quality of life. Researchers studying centenarians, those who live past 100, have found that their diets share common themes: simple, whole foods, minimal processed sugars, and an emphasis on plant-based nutrition. From the Mediterranean elders who thrive on olive oil, nuts, and fish to the monks of Okinawa who practice hara hachibu, eating until they are 80% full, longevity is often rooted in mindful nourishment. Zen Buddhism teaches that eating is a form of meditation. The great Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh often spoke of the sacred act of eating a tangerine. If you eat without presence, your body may be nourished, but your spirit remains empty. If you eat mindfully, savoring each bite as if it were the first and the last, then every meal becomes an offering of gratitude. The monks of Japan follow the practice of oryoki, a ritualized way of eating where each movement, the lifting of the bowl, the placement of chopsticks, the act of chewing, is performed with full awareness. They believe that how you eat is how you live. If you rush through meals, gulping food without thought, are you not doing the same with your life? A Zen story tells of a young disciple who ate greedily, finishing his meal before anyone else. The master watched him and said, "You eat as if you are running from death. But death is not chasing you. Sit. Chew. Taste. Live." The disciple slowed down, and for the first time, he truly experienced the flavor of his meal. He realized that, in his rush, he had never really eaten before, just as many of us, in our hurried lives, have never truly lived. Throughout history, some of the wisest figures have understood the power of mindful eating. The Stoic philosopher Seneca advised moderation, warning that gluttony weakens both the body and the mind. The Buddha himself taught his monks to view food not as indulgence but as medicine, something to sustain life, not to be ruled by. Contrast this with the modern world, where meals are often eaten in distraction, before glowing screens, in moving cars, or in hurried bites between obligations. The body is fed, but the soul remains starved. If you wish to cultivate longevity, begin with awareness. Choose whole, nutrient-dense foods that nourish both body and spirit. Stay hydrated, for water is the essence of life. And most importantly, eat with presence. Put down your phone. Chew slowly. Taste the sweetness of an apple as if for the first time. Let every meal be a meditation, a moment of gratitude, a reminder that to eat is to be alive. Your ability to handle stress. Stress is the unseen weight that many carry without realizing how deeply it erodes their well-being. It is the silent hand that shortens lifespans, weakens hearts, and steals joy. How you respond to stress after 70, whether you let it harden you or release it like a passing cloud, determines not only the length of your life but also its quality. Science has long confirmed that chronic stress is one of the greatest threats to longevity. It raises cortisol levels, increases blood pressure, weakens the immune system, and accelerates cellular aging. Researchers studying the world's longest-living populations, such as the centenarians of Okinawa, Sardinia, and Nicoya, have found that one common factor unites them: their ability to manage stress. Whether through social connection, daily rituals, or spiritual practice, these individuals have mastered the art of resilience. They understand that stress will always exist, but suffering is optional. In Zen Buddhism, stress is often linked to attachment, to expectations, to control, to things that were never truly ours to hold. The Buddha taught that suffering does not come from external events, but from our grasping at them. A person who clings tightly to their worries is like someone clutching a hot coal, refusing to let go, yet wondering why they are in pain. Peace is found not by eliminating problems but by shifting our relationship with them. A powerful Zen story illustrates this truth. Two monks were traveling when they came across a woman struggling to cross a river. The older monk lifted her and carried her across. Hours later, the younger monk, troubled, asked, "Master, why did you carry that woman? We monks must not touch women." The elder monk smiled and said, "I set her down hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" How often do we do this in life? We carry old grievances, fears, and regrets long after they should have been released. We hold on to stress, replaying conversations, resenting the past, and fearing the future, while forgetting that the only place life exists is in the present moment. Even great historical figures have understood this lesson. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we cannot control external events, only our reactions to them. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. The wisest among us, whether Zen monks or Stoic emperors, knew that true peace is not found in a world without chaos, but in a mind that refuses to be disturbed by it. If you wish to cultivate longevity, begin by mastering your response to stress. Take deep breaths when tension arises. Breath is the bridge between body and mind. Meditate daily, even for just 5 minutes, to create space between yourself and your worries. Practice gratitude. No matter how small the moment, appreciation shifts the focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. And most importantly, learn to let go. Imagine each worry as a leaf floating down a river. Watch it pass, but do not wade in to grab it. The greatest secret to a long, peaceful life is not the absence of stress, it is the ability to hold life gently, rather than clench it in fear. Your social connections. No one walks the path of life alone. From the moment we are born, we are woven into an invisible web of relationships, some fleeting, some lifelong, but all essential to our well-being. Science confirms what ancient wisdom has long known: strong social connections are not just a source of joy, they are a foundation for longevity. Researchers studying centenarians, those who live past 100, have found that the most significant predictor of long life is not genetics, diet, or even exercise, but social bonds. People who nurture friendships, maintain close family ties, and engage in meaningful communities tend to have stronger immune systems, lower rates of depression, and a significantly reduced risk of heart disease. In contrast, chronic loneliness is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. The heart does not just pump blood, it thrives on connection. Buddhism takes this truth even further, teaching that human connection is not merely an emotional necessity, but a spiritual path. The Buddha once told his disciple Ananda, "Good companionship is not half of the spiritual life. It is the entire spiritual life." To walk the path of awakening is to understand that we are never truly separate. The suffering of others is our own, their joy, our joy. A powerful story illustrates this principle. A man once visited a Zen master, tormented by loneliness. "I have no one," he confessed. The master handed him a candle and said, "Light another candle with this flame. Now tell me, has your flame weakened?" The man shook his head. "No, it burns the same." The master smiled. The heart is like this. When we share our light, it does not diminish, it grows. Throughout history, the longest living communities have instinctively followed this wisdom. The elderly in Okinawa, Japan, form moai, social circles that provide lifelong emotional and financial support. In Sardinia, Italy, elders are cherished as the heart of the community, ensuring they never feel forgotten. In Loma Linda, California, one of the world's blue zones, people prioritize weekly gatherings with friends and family, reinforcing a deep sense of belonging. These traditions are not coincidences, they are the reason these people live longer, happier lives. If you wish to cultivate longevity, begin by strengthening your social roots. Call an old friend. Share a meal with family. Join a group that brings you joy. More importantly, offer kindness without expecting anything in return, because what you give always finds its way back. In a remote mountain village, a Zen master noticed red strings connecting every house. When asked, an elder explained, "We tie these to remind ourselves that we are never alone. If someone needs help, they pull the string, and a hand will come." Perhaps, in our modern world, we should all find our own red strings, whether through words, gestures, or quiet moments of presence, so that no one walks this path alone. Your sense of purpose. There is a fire that burns within those who live long, fulfilling lives, a quiet but unwavering force that keeps them waking up with excitement, even in their later years. It is not wealth, nor luck, nor even health itself. It is purpose. Those who have a reason to keep moving forward do not just exist, they truly live. Science has confirmed this ancient truth. In Okinawa, Japan, one of the famed blue zones where people frequently live past 100, there is no word for retirement. Instead, they speak of ikigai, which roughly translates to the reason you wake up in the morning. Whether it's caring for a grandchild, tending to a garden, painting, writing, or simply sharing wisdom with younger generations. Those who hold on to a sense of purpose not only live longer but do so with greater joy and vitality. Studies show that individuals with a strong sense of purpose have lower levels of stress, a reduced risk of heart disease, and even sharper cognitive abilities as they age. Buddhism echoes this wisdom. The Buddha never taught his followers to seek meaning in grand achievements, but rather in mindful, intentional living. In Zen, even the smallest action, done with full awareness, becomes meaningful. Washing a bowl, sweeping a floor, tending a fire, each task is sacred when approached with purpose. To live without purpose is to drift like a leaf in the wind, but to live with purpose is to be like a tree, rooted. Strong, ever-growing. There is an old Zen tale of a retired blacksmith who once approached a master and sighed, "I am useless now. My hands, once strong, have weakened. My days of forging are over. What purpose do I serve?" The master simply asked, "And what do you do now?" The blacksmith replied, "I sit in the village square and tell stories to the young." The master smiled. "Then you are still forging, but now, instead of metal, you shape minds." History is filled with those who found purpose in their later years and, in doing so, defied the limits of aging. Michelangelo continued painting into his 80s, his hands steady with purpose. Benjamin Franklin helped draft the U.S. Constitution at 81. In modern times, Captain Tom Moore, at 99 years old, raised millions for healthcare workers simply by walking laps in his garden. They did not see age as a barrier, because their purpose burned brighter than their years. If you seek longevity, seek purpose first. What makes your heart come alive? What small act can you do that adds meaning, not just to your life, but to the lives of others? Teach, create, nurture, share. No purpose is too small when it is carried with love, as the Zen saying goes, when you walk, walk. When you eat, eat. When you live, live. Imagine waking up every day with a body that moves effortlessly, a mind that remains sharp, and a heart that is at peace, regardless of age. Longevity isn't just about counting the years, it's about ensuring that every single year is filled with vitality, clarity, and purpose. Science reveals the physical keys to a long life, but Zen wisdom teaches us that true longevity is not measured in numbers, but in the depth of each moment we live, Now, take a moment to reflect. Do you recognize these 8 signs in yourself? Which ones are already strong, and which ones need more attention? Longevity is not just something that happens to you, it's something you create every single day through your actions. Your mindset, and the way you engage with life. Start today, walk with energy, eat with awareness, breathe with presence, and embrace your purpose with an open heart. We are building a global community of seekers, thinkers, and Zen practitioners, people who strive not just to live longer, but to live better. Join us by subscribing, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and passing this wisdom along to those who need it. Because just like life itself, knowledge grows richer when it is shared. True longevity begins within. Let's cultivate it together.